Kentuckians, I have entered your state to restore to you the liberties of which you have been deprived by a cruel and relentless foe. If you prefer federal rule, show it by your frowns, and we shall return whence we came. If you choose rather to come within the folds of our brotherhood, then cheer us with the smiles of your women, and lend your willing hands to secure you in your heritage of liberty. So this is Bragg. This is Braxton Bragg is doing the Confederate Heartland campaign. The Confederates are invading Kentucky, 1862. We're going to come up to the Battle of Perryville. And the whole purpose of the Confederates being in Kentucky, invading Kentucky, was to get the Kentuckians to rise up. It's time to rise up, Kentucky. We know you motherfuckers are racist pieces of shit. You know you love fucking slavery. You know you'll sell your goddamn soul, your wife, your children, your property, your Bill of Rights, everything that you love dearly in order to hate the black man. We know this about you. This is what Braxton Bragg is saying. So that sets up, exactly what's going on, right? So Kentucky is a border state, which means that slavery was still legal. Slavery was still legal. The Emancipation Proclamation, they mentioned it in September. This is going to be October 8th. So September, Lincoln's talking about Emancipation Proclamation, but just freeing the slaves in the rebelling states, not the border states. And so Kentucky is in the Union. Kentucky is on the side of Lincoln. Kentucky is on the side of the United States of America. At first, Kentucky declared neutrality, but you had Leonidas Polk. Leonidas Polk is going to rape Kentucky's neutrality first. Who invaded Kentucky? Confederates. The South. Leonidas Polk, the fucking bishop or whatever the fuck he is. That creepy goddamn predator son of a bitch. So, what happens? Well, guess what? Kentuckians are not going to go to the Confederate cause. They're not going to rush to the Confederate cause. There was a call to arms, and for 2 years, Kentucky's been with the United States of America. This fucking asshole comes in, he's invading our state, and he's trying to say he's here for us. And he's talking about our women, and he's saying make sure your women smile at him while we give our hands. So what, die? So we are willing to die? It's not a very rousing speech, now is it? Later on, he's going to say that he's sadly disappointed in the want of action by our friends in Kentucky. We have so far received no accession to this army. Enthusiasm runs high, but exhausts itself in words. The people here have too many fat cattle and are too well off to fight. Unless a change occurs soon, we must abandon the garden spot of Kentucky to its own cupidity. Meaning what? Meaning that Kentuckians are too rich. They love their farms. You can't get them off their goddamn farms. They got too much money, too much land, too much equipment. They just got too damn much. Their cows are too damn fat. Even if they were in favor of slavery, they would still rather plant their grandpappy's tomato plants on their own property, on their own land. They've just grown accustomed to it. They love it. You're not going to get them off their goddamn land unless it's really fighting for something that they believe in. So the Battle of Perryville. Are you ready? Rosa Luxemburg. The Battle of Perryville is going to happen October 8th, 1862. It's going to be a bloody affair, but both sides lose less than 1,000 men. The Union side, 845 Americans are killed, and 510 racist, terrorist, anti-American pieces of shit are killed. So you had more Americans who died than the anti-American, racist, terrorist, totalitarian dictatorship, autocratic fucking one-percenters, slaver, oppressor, molester, criminal sons of bitches, treasonous, anti-American. They lost 510, Americans lost 845. The casualties were higher. A lot of times people talk about casualties, but the casualties don't say who was killed, just who was taken out of battle, either by being captured, going missing, running away, or they got an injury. So a casualty isn't necessarily death. If you were injured and you're not going to return to battle, then that is a casualty. So let's see here. 5 minutes in. All right, so let's just go on first with some things that I already know. Battle of Perryville is going to be in Kentucky. That's Buell County. The Battle of Perryville is going to be the last time that the Confederates try to take Kentucky back over. Abraham Lincoln said that he hopes to have God on his side, but he must have Kentucky. Why? Because Kentucky is centrally located, a whole bunch of trees and waterways. Abraham Lincoln was also born in Kentucky, but his dad is going to lose the land because of the corrupt land grants. A bunch of corrupt landowning sons of bitches are in Kentucky. That's also why Daniel Boone is going to leave Kentucky. So Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. He's going to leave Kentucky about 8 or 9 years of age, go to Indiana. His dad is going to be indebted to the neighbor, and he's going to give little Abraham Lincoln, the child, to the neighbor to pay off his own father's debts. So his own father is treating him like a slave. It's probably where he got the idea that working for nothing or working for some ingrate, low-life piece of shit cannot work. It said that brother versus brother, Kentucky is brother versus brother, but that's not actually totally true. The Bill Strong, you had the dual Bill Strong, Smith, Deaton feud. The Strong, Deaton, and Smith was on one side, and then I forget who the other side is, but that was the Union side. And so I got ancestry that goes to Appalachia. We were on the side of the Americans. We were on the side of Lincoln. We were on the side of the Union, the Federal Union. So we were against slavery. We was on the right side of history. And for the majority of my family, most of them were not at each other's necks. There was a few that might have been Confederates, none that I know of for sure, just presuming, just because there's so many of them. But it wasn't brother versus brother. I would say it was more family versus family, tribe versus tribe, mountain versus mountain, holler versus holler. It was more neighbor versus neighbor, tribe versus tribe, family versus family. Because why would you, totally break ranks with your family, brother versus brother? That shit happened in Pike County. That happened in Pike County with the feud, the famous Hatfield and McCoy feud. Don't talk to me about no fucking Hatfields. Them sons of bitches. Hatfields just want to take more and more and more, and they don't fucking stop. Thank God the McCoys stood up to him. Somebody needed to stand up to him, and it was the good old McCoys who believed in Jesus Christ. So it was the Christians. The Christian Kentucky stood up against the goddamn imperialist West Virginians. West Virginia is going to become a state, and Kansas, right? West Virginia and Nevada, and I want to say Kansas. Louisiana? It's Kansas, right? Bleeding Kansas. 3 states became states during the Civil War. So Kentucky's a border state. You got the Emancipation Proclamation coming June 1st, 1863, January 1st, my bad, the beginning of the year, January 1st, 1863. So October 8th, you're going to have midterm elections. You're going to have the Emancipation Proclamation is staring down upon us. He, just said it back in September that he's going to issue it, but he didn't give us the exact details. And then on the 1st, in about 2-3 months, on the 1st of January, 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation is going to, that's an executive order. So it's just kind of crazy that Lincoln passes one of the most famous Emancipation Proclamations, one of the most famous executive orders of all time, and he's doing it so piecemeal. He's, trotting it out here. He's giving a demonstration. He's saying this is how it's going to be. He's kind of getting the people used to it, whereas today's president's just kind of shit fucking proclamation out left and right. Oh, I'm going to proclaim broccoli is the greatest vegetable ever. There. Now it's law, decreed on high. By edict, by fiat, edict. And Parliament and Congress can edict the body of the people. So Kentucky had slavery, but Kentucky was for the Union, so there is a countercurrents. There are countercurrents in Kentucky. Most of my family were against the anti-American